I'm being vulnerable and I'm being honest, and I'm trying to tap into my feelings and my emotions. And this is hard. Hey fam, welcome to another episode of Dear Diary. If you're new here, thanks so much for checking out my channel. Take a look around, check out some of my other videos, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can join the family. Alright fam, today's session was really hard. And I'm just wrecked. I don't really have much to say. I don't know what I'm going to say. I don't even know if I'll upload this video, but this is my space to be vulnerable, and I hope to inspire or to help anyone else out there that might be on a similar journey. I've hit an emotional block. The analytical side of me is really trying to understand every aspect of my predicament. Today we talked about my mom, and honestly, she's not someone that I talk a great deal about. She lives in Alabama. I have her number, she has mine. We're friends on Facebook, but we don't really have a relationship at all. And I guess I'll just go ahead and dive in, as I always do, and unpack it. I was born to teenage parents. My dad was 18, I believe, and my mom was a young teenager. My parents weren't married. They weren't even together as a couple when I was born. Shortly after my birth, my sister came along. Shortly after my sister, my brother came along. I'm unsure of how old I was. I've heard varying narratives, but around the age of 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, I went to live with my paternal grandparents, and they raised me. I had an incredible childhood, an unrivaled childhood. I am so thankful for being placed in their home and for having an amazing childhood, for the love that was palpable in our home. I'm just eternally grateful. One thing I don't remember was my mom being around. I remember my grandmother taking me to visit my mom on some weekends, and I enjoyed the camaraderie of my siblings and that of my cousins, and it was cool to have this mother figure, even though I didn't really feel like we were bonded, and we probably didn't have time to bond, but it was cool having this person that was my mom there. As a child, I was really conflicted inside. When I was with my mom and her family, I missed my grandparents. And when I was with my grandparents, I missed the excitement of having siblings and cousins and aunts and uncles and maternal grandmother and all of that with whom to associate. It was really difficult. I remember being at my mom's house and crying for my grandmother. I remember when my grandma would pick me up, I would cry in the car because I didn't want to leave. And so it was really difficult. I don't remember my mom really being in my life. I don't remember her visiting me a lot. I remember my grandma taking me to visit my mom, and it was kind of hit or miss whether my mom would be at home or not. I don't remember craving my mom's love, but physiologically speaking, I know and I understand that bond between a mother and a child is very important, especially when that child is like in the womb, newborn, up to 3 years old. Those are really important years for bonding between a mother and a child, and it just never happened for me. Our home is a very conservative Christian home, and so the stories of Joseph and Moses and Jesus were told to me countless times, and so I understood God to be my Heavenly Father, and that Jesus understood what I was going through, and that these people that were used in a very mighty way by God found themselves in situations similar to mine. You know, they lived in homes that were not native to them, and that God would use me in a mighty way to reach my family. And, you know, we're called to reach other people and to teach other people and to be missionaries to them. And so God knew what he was doing, and that all things work out for the good of those who love God. All of that was the backdrop of my childhood. So I felt very much secure and cocooned and loved and set apart for some glorious, bigger than life cause. I never really got to experience that missing of my family. But I do remember questioning over and over and over again. And even to this day, I guess I still have questions. I just wondered why she never visited. Why she never made herself available when I would travel to visit her. In the 10 years that we lived in Tennessee, I can count on one hand and have fingers left over the amount of times that my mom visited me. And I could use both of my hands and the hands of others to count the amount of times my mom promised to visit and just never showed up. All right, why? My mom had explanations for why she couldn't visit. It was always the car, or the lack of a reliable vehicle, or the clutch went out in her vehicle, or it was just always something. There was always some excuse, always some explanation as to why she couldn't visit. What I couldn't understand was why, when my grandmother would travel 2.5 hours to Alabama so that I could spend time with my family, why my mom was not there. Why wasn't she at home when she knew I was coming to visit? You know, that part I couldn't understand. And I remember countless times that this happened. It was my 12th birthday, and I wanted to have a birthday party in Tennessee with all my friends, but my mom couldn't make it. And so I begged my grandmother to have my 12th birthday party in Alabama, and my grandmother agreed. My birthday came. That morning we got up, we loaded the car with, the cake and the cookies and the ice cream and the food and the balloons and everything. Loaded up the car, traveled 2.5 hours to go to Alabama. We arrived at the venue. That was actually right around the corner from where my mom lived, and we were there. My uncle was there, my grandpa was there, my great-grandmother was there, my grandma obviously was there. A few friends from church came. I remember every time the door opened, I just looked so expectantly to see my mom walk through the doors, and she never came. She never came. I'm just trying to get into the mind and the heart and the emotions of 12-year-old me. And I just remember feeling so let down, but I was accustomed to it. But still I was let down. I thought, man, today is my birthday. You'd think she'd at least come for my birthday. And it's right around the corner. Like, what's the deal? And my grandpa would call her occasionally to see if she was at home and maybe she needed a ride. She didn't answer her phone. As we were taking down the decorations, my grandpa called my mom one last time, and he got a hold of her, and he told her, hey, look, it's not cool that you didn't show up, but we're on our way out of the city and we want to stop by so Shaquala can spend some time with you. And my mom was like, okay, yeah, great. And so we rounded the corner, we got there, and this was before everyone had cell phones, okay? This was before everyone had cell phones, so this was definitely a payphone, house phone conversation. Anyway, we rounded the corner. We got to my grandma's house, and my mom was not there. And I remember just looking all around for her and thinking, where are you? Why aren't you here? A part of me wanted to see her, but the other part of me was just like, I'm so done with this. And I was 12. Like, I don't understand why she can't get her shit together and be here for me. Like, is it so hard? I cannot fathom this. Incidents like that happened over and over and over again. Eventually, I just kind of turned off my emotions. And I thought, well, whatever, it is what it is. I can't count on my mom for anything, to do anything, to be where she's supposed to be, to pick up the phone and call me, or to answer the phone when I call. So whatever, like, I don't even know how to describe it. She's just this woman that gave birth to me, and every now and then we have conversations and we can laugh, and she says she loves me, but her actions don't really match up with her words. So, like, whatever, that's just like a bonus or an extra person in my life, and I share her DNA. Because of that, I know that what I felt and how I felt about my family showed through my actions. And even though when I was around them, I was excited to be around them, I'm sure they probably felt, oh, well, she doesn't really want to be here. She thinks she's better than us. You know, where she comes from is better than us, and we don't want to be around her, you know? And I'm sure that kind of emulated for me. My mom, my siblings, they've never appreciated the way that I talk, the way that I carry myself, the way that I've dressed, the way that I've eaten, because I've been vegetarian for most of my life, vegan for most of my life. And I've always felt like an outsider. I felt like I don't fit in. I still feel this way. I feel like I don't fit in. I'm an outsider. They're strangers. They have their own lingo, their code, you know. They're there for each other. They support each other. They surround each other. But with me, I'm just like this weirdo outsider. And I've tried so hard to fit in or to be accepted. And now I'm just kind of over it. I'm like, whatever. I feel like we're all adults. Can we just collectively get our ish together? You know? I know I messed up. I know I have problems. I know I have issues, and I'm in therapy and I'm reading books and I want to better myself. And like, why can't we all do that? I guess is my question. Why can't we move forward? I know we can't go backward. We can't reclaim the time that was lost. But can we start today and have a better relationship? Can we do that? And still, I kind of get the same treatment. My mom and I don't really talk. We don't really interact. In fact, I just saw her a few weeks ago after Thanksgiving, and it was such a weird interaction. And I just felt like she's so in this world where, okay, Shaquala, nobody cares about feelings. Give me a hug. You're here right now. See you later, girl. I've always felt that my mom has not been there for me as much as she's been there for my siblings. I don't know what it is. I really don't know. I can't get answers out of her. And I am tired of trying. I'm at this point in my life where I realize I must set boundaries for my own emotional health. I'm tired of being the one that must reach out. I am tired of being the one that is responsible for carrying a relationship that involves two people. And I don't even know what the heck I'm saying. I just feel like I'm rambling right now. But I'm being vulnerable and I'm being honest, and I'm trying to tap into my feelings and my emotions. And this is hard. I've never blamed my mom. I won't blame her. I wish she would just get her act together and realize that she's a mom of 4 children, not just 3. And I don't know, I just wish she could make herself available. And even if she doesn't know how to tap into those emotions, just pick up the phone and give me a call sometimes. Don't judge me for who I am, because you know what? I love who I am. It's taken me a long time to reach this spot, and even though I am evolving, I have so much confidence that I am headed in the right direction. We did the empty chair exercise in therapy today, and my therapist told me, you need to work on your feelings and your emotions, because I feel like there's so much more that you can get out and you held so much in. What do I do now, and where do I go from now? As it relates to my mom, I don't want things to be this way. You know, I wish my mom and I had a relationship. I do. I wish I felt like I belonged somewhere, you know, and, I know God is there and Jesus, and I'm thankful for that. But as far as an earthly and human tie, I just wish I felt like I fit in somewhere, or that I was important enough. You know, I just really don't get it. I don't understand, and I don't get it. I'm really thankful for my grandparents, and I'm so thankful for all the love that they showed to me. I'm thankful for that because there are many kids that don't get that opportunity. But I had it, and it was an amazing one. Thank you, Grandma and Grandpa, for all that you gave and for all that you poured into me. I'm trying to feel and work through these feelings, and I don't want them to control me or my life. I just want to be able to feel them and then release them and let them go, because guys, repressed emotions are no bueno. And the interesting thing about repressed emotions is that those emotions are still there. They will just manifest in the form of a headache or indigestion or insomnia or acne or anxiousness or depression. I'm just trying to figure this all out, you guys. And I'm just trying to work through it. And if you all can relate in any way, just know that you are not alone. You are loved. You have come this far. Feel those emotions. Let them out. I just hope for reconciliation for you all and for my situation and the relationship or lack thereof that I have with my mom. And I just hope that however the relationship plays out, I can accept it and grow from it and move on. All right, guys. Thanks for watching this crazy episode that was probably all over the place. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and turn on your notification bell so you can be alerted each time I drop a new video. I will see you guys in the next episode. Remember, you are the best. Peace. You know you might surprise yourself.